Okay,
Today,
Mhm.
today we are going to get advanced idea or basic idea a little bit on AI. So I request Khaled to start the session.
Okay, thank you, Munir bhai. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. First of all, my name is Khaled. I'm working as analytics and AI consultant in one of the IT consultancy firm here in Calgary. So in my day-to-day, I basically work with most of the analytics solution and AI tools. So I just want to share a little bit of my experience with all of you regarding the recent evolution of AI. AI is itself is a very huge thing, and I think it is not sufficient enough to cover everything in one session or even in one or day or a week. So it's huge. It's like a sea. We won't try to boil the sea rather than we'll just try to focus maybe in some of the use cases how we can use AI in our day-to-day activities, what kind of different tools we have, just a little bit of idea. So I'm going to get started, but before I get into AI, maybe I take a few minutes or a few moment from you to hear what do you think AI is? Maybe just in one sentence, one word. What's your thinking about AI? What do you think AI is? Muniba, maybe I start with you.
Okay, so from my side, in our school, in our we some teachers using to make the questions for the final year questions, midterm questions, test questions, and some for comments. I usually use it, and nowadays I'm using to make some flyers and some. If I put up some information right away, it make wonderful letters. So that is the main thing I'm doing, but I would like to learn more.
Perfect.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, I can go ahead if nobody else is ready, I can say.
Sure.
So AI is basically, I wouldn't say replacing humans, but outsourcing a lot of work to the tools, machines.
Yeah. And
so that's my understanding of AI. So, so basically, if you're outsourcing or not replacing exactly, because if you're outsmarting, people are learning AI, so we can do a lot of work easily, and we can get a lot of work done fast and quick and convenience, as I would say. And basically, a lot of good work could be outsourced.
Yeah, exactly. I completely agree with you. So if I just take the feedback from Munir Bhai and Hafiz Bhai, from both of you, first of all, Munir Bhai is trying to integrate himself with AI in his day-to-day work. Also, Hafiz Bhai brought a very important point about optimization. So yeah, I agree with both of you. That's basically what we do with AI. And another important point that Hafiz Bhai mentioned about replacing the human. Until today, I don't think AI can replace human. It doesn't have that capability until today, at least, that it can replace human. But yeah, it can increase the productivity or the efficiency of the daily task that we do in our day-to-day life. So I completely agree with you. Anyone else want to share something about AI? What you think about AI?
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
So I think AI is artificial intelligent system, which is basically a huge database that contain a lot of data. And within these database, it actually process the data to proceed, like to process whatever questions you asked, I guess. I don't know.
Or to ask it questions, maybe.
This is my son, actually.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's very good point. It's a huge database for sure. Yeah. Maybe not in the physical sense, but in the capacity, it is huge. I agree with you. And if you ask any question, it will give you some answers right away. Yeah, I agree with you. Anything else you want to add into that? No?
Nope. I don't know if my son would like to participate. No, I think he got all the point, I guess. Or I
Okay.
mean, we don't know at this moment. This is what we think. It is just basically a database that has a lot of information.
Yeah. That makes sense. Okay. Anyone else?
Actually, AI, the database is one part of AI, like a small part of AI. It has a higher level of intelligence to analyze data, to produce output out of that data. And you can use AI in different aspects. Even for image, you have AI for image creation, video creation, and for marketing, finance, all those areas. So to me, it looks like is higher level of intelligence. Has database is the resource AI has, but AI can also use this database or data to analyze and interpret and coordinate at a higher level.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Very, very well put. All those nice words. First of all, analyze, interpret. Yeah, this is what basically it does. So I agree with all of you that you got a very big container or very big capacity of the words and of information in that, and then you do analyze, you interpret that, and you come up with some good output. That's what you need from it. So I completely agree with that. Yeah, so I guess if I put together all the responses that you provided so far, this is basically what AI does. It is a tool that makes things easier for us, and it is basically taking all this information all together and give us in a way which is easily consumable. So next, we get into what basically AI is in terms of our day-to-day life. For example, we want to see anything about your subject area, or maybe you are in engineering, so you want to know about engineering. So you do the same thing in Google, right? So, for example, I want to know what is quantum physics, for example. I want to know about it. And if I put this question into Google, it will gonna give me some response as well. And if you're gonna give this same question to ChatGPT, it will gonna give me some response as well. Then what's the difference? I mean, why don't we just do Google and we do ChatGPT, or vice versa? What's your thought on this?
I have been using ChatGPT, and the huge difference I found, the Google is only a search engine. It can only search the information that's already available there. But ChatGPT can analyze. So it has the analyzing power. For example, if I ask Google what is, for example, like give me a lesson plan, so about of grade 4 science, okay? For example, a unit plan or something. So it's gonna give me the unit plan that's already existing. It's gonna look for that and give me the result of the search. But ChatGPT is gonna produce one according to my expectations. I might say create the unit plan. That would be 1 hour duration, include 2 videos and all other requirements. When I mentioned that, ChatGPT is going to analyze that and produce a customized lesson plan for me based on the information it finds on internet. So I think.
Yeah. I think this is the perfect response. So if you ask Google now, it will just give you the information. That's what it has in its database, right? But ChatGPT or any LLM, we call it LLM. I'm going to get into deeper into LLM. What is LLM? But all those AI tools, they can analyze it, provided that we put specific context on any particular subject area or any particular thing that I'm inquiring about. For example, I can say like, give me a plan or give me a teaching plan for grade 4 students on solid matter, some kind of thing, right? So we are specifying those terms like grade 4 student, solid matters. Maybe I can add, okay, give me in 200 words. So all of those specific prompts, we can use those prompts in AI tools. But if we give it in Google search engine, it may just neglect those parts. So there's a huge difference between Google and all of these AI tools. So that's why it gives us the edge whenever we want to get anything specific using the AI tools. So I will go more into all of those technical jargons very superficially. I will not go so much in depth into that. But before going into more of the AI, maybe I just give you a very superficial idea how it works and where it comes from and everything. I don't have any specific, kind of presentation thing for today's session, but what I want to more focus on is how we practically implement those things, right? This Word document, I will just put some notes in here as I'm talking, but it doesn't mean that this is, any kind of like presentation and all this thing. Basically, we try to, being a developer, we try to avoid as much as presentation as we can, or rather we just put on the main engine or main tool. So whenever we talk about AI and everything, maybe I assume that you know about this term, which is called data science. I think this is the main basics of AI. It starts with data science. And under this data science, we have a few components in here. So first one we call is artificial intelligence or AI. Then we have something called another thing, which we call machine learning or ML. So if we consider like AI or data science is the whole globe or is the bigger umbrella, then under this data science, we have the artificial intelligence as a like sub-level. Under the artificial intelligence, we have the machine learning. So what is machine learning? Machine learning is basically we teach computers how to do anything provided that some information.
أوديك بعد هذا في اجتماع تعال اجتماع في درس حلقة على AI. تفضل. العشاء ما بيصلي. العشاء حتصلي إن شاء الله.
I mute Hafiz Bhai for now. So basically, machine learning is we are teaching the computer how to do anything specific, provided that we will give it some data, teaching the computers with some data. So when I say sum, so this sum is basically a huge sum. It is not something like a very small thing. We provided a huge amount of data. So if you take it in a way like whenever you want to teach a kid, maybe a newborn, how you do that? How you do that? So you do that, you show them, for example, this is a cat. How you teach a kid that this is called a cat? You show them this cat. So this is a cat, this is a cat. The kid basically follows along. And then when the kid see it again every day, it recognizes, okay, this is called a cat, or this is called a dog, or anything if you want to teach a kid. This is the same way works in terms of the computer. So whenever you give the computer, okay, this is a maybe a picture of a flower. So the computer learns from it, okay, this is a flower, this is a rose, maybe this is a rose, this is a rose, this is a rose. When it sees a huge amount of data, it learns from it. And this is basically what we call it in very simplistic way, machine learning. We have a lots of underlying algorithms behind it, but this is the essence that we teach the computer through this learning system. Then we have something called deep learning. So what is deep learning is? So deep learning is basically a subset or maybe a more focused version of machine learning. So in the deep learning, the computer learns from, looking at a picture, for example. So this is a picture, and what is the unit of picture? Can anyone tell me what is the unit of a picture or a photo called? Anyone? No?
Pixel.
Just in top of your head right now? No? So we call it a pixel, right? So any kind of photo or picture or anything, it is made of a huge amount of pixels. We have a very smaller unit of that, and those all small pixels get together to make a kind of photo or picture. So deep learning, when you talk about deep learning, the machine or the computer goes into the very detail of that, and it identifies all those specific pixel, and based on that, it tells you, okay, so this is the pixel here, 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 here. So this is a picture of a particular person. For example, if it is me, then it recognizes me. Okay, so this is called a person. I'm just going to show you in my screen here. It is in my phone, but I'm just going to show you how smart these devices are in today's world. So can you see my phone in this screen? Little blur. Okay, can you see it, or it is becoming blur?
Yeah. Keep it a little bit far. Yeah, now it's good.
That's good?
Yeah.
Okay. So in my phone here, you see this photo app in this phone basically grouped all the picture of all of these people here. So it identifies, okay, so this is one person here, and it is his photo, and under it we're gonna find all of his photos under that. So if I go back, so this is the person, and it is grouping together all the photos of this person. So it already knows, okay, this is the person and his name is Salman, and he knows Salman. So he's grouping all of this, all of Salman's photo together and putting it in a kind of folder kind of thing. But now if I go a little bit on my left, and then you see there is a picture of a little baby here. This one. So this is my daughter. And the most interesting thing is I didn't give any kind of information or any kind of thing to this phone. What I only did is I took some pictures day in and day out of her, and it is now, compiling all of these pictures together under one, kind of folder kind of thing. So how it knows, how this phone knows that this is the same person. So it is she right now. But if I go back at the very bottom, when she born, like this picture here, you see, So how do you even know that this is the same person like this one here? Where it goes? For example, this one, like this one. This is the same kid like the one that we just saw when she born. So basically what it does, it goes into the very detail of her face. And it reads all of her, eye pattern, her cheek, her eyebrows, maybe the forehead, and it takes consideration each and every pixel of her, and then it says, okay, this is the same person like the newborn one. So you see how smart these machines are. So this is nothing but the AI feature in one of today's phone, right? So I guess most of us have the smartphone nowadays, and this is one of the very smart feature of the artificial intelligence. So this is all happening through deep learning, and this is one of the part that I want to give you some idea of how this all are working behind the scene. Other than that, I just like to talk about a little bit about the training data. So training data is basically the same information, this data here, that we give to the machine to learn from. We talk about some data, so we call it like the training data. So this is the same thing here, and through this data, it learns and it gives us the the information or the anything that we want to know. Now I come to the very recent advancement. I think back in, if you just go back in 2022, I think, or 2021, somewhere around that time frame, we call it generative AI. Generative AI. So what is generative AI? Generative AI is basically a very powerful tool that processes our input and gives us some information based on the input that we provide. So for example, when we talk about nowadays, OpenAI, what we have from OpenAI? Anyone? Who knows what we use from OpenAI? I give it a pause here. Anyone? What do we use it for? One of the very famous tool from OpenAI. ChatGPT. Exactly, ChatGPT. So ChatGPT, we got this OpenAI from the ChatGPT. And then we have some other tool as well. For example, we talk about Perplexity, right? Perplexity. We talk about Claude. We talk about Grok. Grok is the AI tool from that man, SpaceX man, Elon Musk, right? It is Elon's generative AI tool, Grok. So basically, this all are doing the same thing. You go, you ask it for some information, give some instruction, and it will gonna give you some feedback based on that. Oh, I missed two most important things.
Canva.
Gemini. Gemini is from Google. And then we have, what do you call it? Copilot.
Copilot. What about Canva also?
Yeah, I'm coming into that. I will come into Canva. Microsoft. Copilot is from Microsoft. So these are the generative AI tool, but what it mainly does is text processing. So whenever we talk about any kind of text, I'm giving it some instruction. I want to write an email. I want to write some, a write-up for some posters and flyers, as Munir Bhai does. So this kind of text input and text output, we normally use these tools. However, having this said, Copilot, Gemini, these are way much stronger. It has, a huge range of functionalities in it. So I'll get into that, but just at the very beginning, some text information, text input and output. Now we come into image. So as Munir just mentioned about Canva. Canva is one of the very powerful AI tool. It didn't have the AI feature before, but nowadays it added the AI functionalities. So Canva, actually, we give it some information, some text instruction, create me a flyer for selling fresh vegetables. So based on those information, Canva creates a flyer or poster or anything that you want, and even presentations, and it gives you back those presentations. Having this said, we have the DALL-E. This is one of the very powerful tool as well. It is from OpenAI. We have some other very powerful image creator tool. I guess, for example, Dreamlux. If you want, you can write down these names. Maybe you want to explore it further offline. We can do that. Anyways, so we have Dreamlux, we have DALL-E, we have Canva. So these are all mainly for images, right? Then we get into some other information as well regarding video content. So when you talk about video content, there are many tools available, but most of the very powerful are Veo. I think it's Veo 3 right now from Google. Then we have InVideo AI. Then I think we have Midjourney. I will try to do some demo with these tools if time permits, but just wanted to give you some of those names if you want to do video content creation or explore further on those tools. You can do that. Another one, just I think a week back or so, maybe 1 week or a couple of weeks, OpenAI released Sora 2. It's very powerful. I even can't imagine how it does this work. Anyway, so feel free to explore these tools, but this is what basically we have in terms of content creation. I give it a little pause here and open the floor for any questions, any feedback you have. Just give it a little pause. No? Anyone?
Yeah, so Munir, I'm not mute because I'm in front of you.
Anyway, so yeah, so my question is one of the questions, because I'm looking at this is like a data science we're talking about. Yeah, so ultimately, I think all of us here, after this, at the end, we will know, I think, few things. How many tools are there, because the tools are going to be, looks like unlimited. They're creating so many AI tools. So we will have to learn the most important ones and how to use them.
Yeah, 100%.
And as an imam, how I could become an AI consultant. That's my goal.
No, fantastic.
Just a good joke. Okay.
No, I think this is we want to set expectations. So yeah, we're certainly getting to that point.
I do have a question, if you don't mind, please.
Yes, go ahead.
So how I know, like, these company who created these AI applications or tools, they actually spend a lot of money on them, right? So how do they? Is it free, by the way? These anybody can use them without a charge, or does it have money associated with it? Because definitely, if they are spending that much money, they would like to generate money back, right?
Yeah, exactly. You got into the point. So as usual, I mean, I guess most of us are nowadays using social media, right? So for example, Facebook, Instagram, or anything. So they make money, right? So they make a whole lot of money, but we use it for free. having this said, where they make the money from, that's a completely different story. But for this tool particularly, you're going to get some free version of it. You can use it for yourself. But if you want to have some more functionalities, the full strength of each of these tools, then you'll have to have some paid version of it. For example, the ChatGPT, you can use it free from anywhere in desktop, your mobile. But if you want to go pro with ChatGPT, you will have to pay the subscriptions for that.
It's $24.
Yes, yes. It is expensive. At least I feel it is expensive. Same goes for all of these. For example, Canva. Canva is a free tool, but
it says, according to ChatGPT, they have 800 million members.
Wow.
800 million, not
Both paid and unpaid.
Yeah. So yeah, Canva has about 800 million. So 20 million are paying.
20 million paying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you see, 20 million are paying.
$4.
Wow. Wow. So
every month.
So this is how they make money. I guess they're now building a $200 billion new plant in US, right? So yeah, they're making money from it for sure. But yeah, this is what it is right now.
And
Okay.
is it safe for kids to use it? So can I allow my son to use GPT or ChatGPT?
I would certainly say with parental supervision. For example, my son, we don't allow him to use ChatGPT by himself, but basically I try to expose him to ChatGPT, his mom as well. And yeah, I would suggest with parental supervision.
How dangerous ChatGPT or any intelligent or AI, how dangerous it could be for kids?
This is very dangerous, very dangerous. Actually, it can, maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm over exaggerating or overthinking about it, but it can make a person don't want to think anything, right? So especially when a kid is going in school, I mean, looking at its power, kid may stop, thinking anything by themselves.
Brian wants to say something about how dangerous, because he's 17, he's 16 years old. He can give some feedback.
Yeah, go ahead.
My son, go ahead.
Yeah, ChatGPT. There was one lawsuit recently too about someone who was feeling suicidal, teenager. ChatGPT was basically encouraging them to go that way. There have been a lot of similar lawsuits for AI models because they're unstable.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow, subhanallah.
Yes, so I would definitely say we need to expose them to these tools, but with parental supervision for sure, at least for now. And
I think
Right?
Mhm.
I think the best thing would be like you don't, the balance in our deen is actually we're talking about from as Muslims. Our deen is deen of balance. So you don't let them be loose and uncontrolled, and also don't let them use at all. So you constantly monitor.
Exactly.
If you think they're responsible, they're becoming more and more like a mean of understanding and intelligent, you let them to take the lead.
Exactly.
Otherwise, you control them.
Right.
Take it away. So until at least they're physically 18 plus 19, 20 years old.
Exactly.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
Okay, Khalid, just one example. Usually in Alberta, all over in Canada, till grade 5 or 6, we don't allow them to use the calculator. From grade 2, 3, 4, if we allow them to use the calculator, they never learn addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. So till grade 6, fine. After that, they're allowed, but they're also allowed, limited, to check their answers, but not to do the work. Same thing, I think, here also.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we don't want to paralyze the generation, right? But we want to empower them. We want to make them more efficient, but we don't want to paralyze them in terms of the intelligence. Yes. Any other question? Okay. So the next part here, this is one of the very, very, very important part. If you haven't heard anything until now, that's fine. If you didn't focus, that's also okay. But in this point, if you want to use AI, I want your undivided attention in this point here. So what it is? So this is we call prompt. Oops. Prompt. Okay. So what is prompt? Prompt is basically how we give instruction to the tool, right? To the AI tool. For example, I can say I just opened ChatGPT. Is it ChatGPT? Yes, it is ChatGPT. Write me a paragraph on what you call it, Apple. Write me a paragraph on Apple. So you see, it is writing something. It is writing something. It gives me some information what Apple is, what it is, I think, scientific name, what are the varieties, some information in here. So this is one prompt. Write me a paragraph on Apple. But now I want to give it another prompt where I will push some parameters. So what are those parameters? I do the same thing. Write me a paragraph on Apple within 100 words, focusing on early learners from maybe grade 2. I give some more information. It should be funny and enjoyable, maybe enjoyable. Anything else? And I can write it like, give it in 5 bullet points. Now we pass this. Now you see these two feedback from ChatGPT. In the first example, we just tell it to write a paragraph on Apple. In the second example, we put some parameters, right? What are the parameters? For example, 100 words. What is the next parameter? Focusing on early learners of grade 2. How it should be, what should be its tone? It should be funny or enjoyable. I mean, the kids enjoy reading it. And how it should structure it or present it in 5 bullet points. So I provided in some distinct instruction how it should provide me this information. So these two are prompts, but there is a huge difference between these two prompts. In the second prompt, as we see here, apples are yummy, round fruits, and they come in red, green, yellow. Some apples are sweet. So you see, now if you give this to response to a grade 2 learner, so what do you think? Which one they will, learn more quickly, or which one they will accept more? What do you think?
Second paragraph.
The second one? For sure. Exactly. I mean, this is what they will learn reading, right? And they will enjoy learning from. But in the first one, it is very monotonous. They will not find any excitement or any interest learning from this kind of paragraph. So this is what we call prompting, and it is very, very, very important that you do proper prompting when you use any AI tools. So when we talk about this prompting, we have to keep in mind that there are different types of prompting available. We don't need to learn any detail of all of those things, but I just want to give you like kinds of heads up how we can do that, or what are this called. So these are called frameworks. So one of the very I would say popular framework, we call this CRISP or CRISPy maybe. CRISP or CRISPy. So what it stands for? C stands for context. R stands for role. Then we have I stands for intent. Then we have S style for style, I think. Yes. Then P, P, I forgot what P stands for. E stands for example. And yeah, I think that's it. I'll try to remember what the P is.
Is it performance maybe?
Could be. I actually forgot at this point. I try to remember. Sorry, was there any question?
I do actually. So where is this data is coming from? Is it the developer that they actually feed AI, or is it taking it from the internet, like searching all kind of website out there, or how does it get these information?
Yes, so it do some search for sure, but these are all we call it LLM or large language model. So when we give a prompt to this, it actually analyze those words, analyze the keywords, and then it try to interpret, okay, what the user is looking to get from me. And then it gives us those feedback. For example, if I go back in here and we look at this prompt, write me a paragraph on Apple within 100 words, right? Focusing on early learners from grade 2. So it is extracting those keywords, for example, Apple, for example, 100 words, early learners, grade 2, funny, 5 bullet points. So it's extracting it, and then it is binding to its knowledge base. You remember when we started, someone told us that we have a very big database of information sitting behind these machines. So this is where they are getting this information from. Having this said, not all of the information are sitting in their database. Sometimes they do website searching like the way Google do. It goes in different websites. For example, I was just doing some search for my what you call it, room humidity. So I just ask it, what should be the room humidity? Oh, sorry, humidity in Calgary. So you see, searching the web. So it was like doing some search, right? So it's search and it gives me some information here. So it also gives me this what you call it, reference, Alberta mountain year. So it did some web search and then it also put those sources in the bottom in here. And this is the main answer actually. I'm looking for 30 to 50%, something like that. So it does some web search for sure, but it also has a very strong database from where it is extracting those information as well. Yeah, you got it?
Yes, I got it. And so, like, does it take? Does it steal your data? By the way, like, if you put a picture and you wanted it to reform it, like the AI to reform it, does it take that photo and store it and then share it to some people, or it doesn't?
This is very controversial topic, to be very honest. I don't comment directly on this, but for me, I usually don't share any personal photo of me or my family members in any of the AI tools. except what I just have in my phone. Anyways, the phone AI or the phone cloud will have this information, but I don't share anything, even in Facebook.
Right. So this is us, right? Like there's other people who actually share these information. So what can we tell them? Is it safe really, or is it not safe? How does it? Because you are an expert in this matter. So what do you recommend?
I will try to pass you a video link. Let me see if you see that video. Basically, from where I got scared looking at that thing. I will try to remember, and we'll try to share with you. Yeah, in the group. But for now, yeah, we stick with this. But yeah, my recommendation is at least for now, do not do it. And if kids are doing it, try to make them understand it is not, at least not do it right now for sure. Yeah. So going back into this thing, I just remembered this thing. So this is called parameters with the P. Sorry, I forgot. So this is one of the framework for the prompt, what we, when we write any instruction to ChatGPT or, Gemini, anyone. So first we need to give it a context, right? So what is the context? What you want to see, what you want to get the information about. You'll have to put that context in your prompt. Then you may put a role ideally, but if you are unsure, you may skip that. But giving a role is very, makes the feedback a little more interesting, I would say. For example, if we take the same prompt here, okay? We will take the same prompt, but I will add a role here. Assume you are a grade 2 teacher. Now, write me a paragraph or write a paragraph on Apple. We are keeping everything same, right? But we are giving it a role. We assume you are a grade 2 teacher. So who is a grade 2 teacher? Is me? No, it is ChatGPT here. It is the tool. He is a grade 2, or it is a grade 2 teacher. So when we pass this, it will, think a little bit more how it would represent if it would have been a grade 2 teacher. So adding this role gives you a little bit more context to the prompt. Okay, let's go back in there again. Then the intent. So what is the intent? The intent is I want to teach grade 2 kids about Apple. Okay. What is the style? The style is, in our case, 5 bullet points. How you want to see the information in 5 bullet points, and it should be funny, enjoyable, like this. So this is the style of the response should be. Then the parameters. So what are the parameters? Parameter is all those crisp numbers, 5, 100 words, grade 2. So those are like very specific parameters for my response. And then example. I didn't add any example here, but if I want, I could do. Maybe I would, I have something in my mind. I want to see it like the Apple response should be like this. It should have, some colors, maybe add some variations. I like Gala Apple or Honeycrisp, something like that. Add those kind of examples. I can give those examples in there. So these are all basically the part of the prompt. And this is very, very important that you do it when you use this tool. You see, anyone and everyone who knows about ChatGPT, they will use ChatGPT. They can use ChatGPT, and it's free, right? At least with the free version, they will have all of these functionalities. But what sets you apart? This is the prompt that sets you apart when you talk about it. Now, we talked about CRISP. There are some other frameworks as well. I remember another one is called TAP. I think that is task, and then maybe
sorry. What is the parameters? How can you use them in the search?
Yeah, so the parameters are any specific numbers. For example, 100 words, right? This 100 words, this is a parameter. 5 bullet points, 5, give me in 5, not 10, not 2 in 5. So those specific numbers specifies your parameters.
I see. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so going back in their task, then attitude, I think, then I forgot, maybe purpose or something like that. So we have a whole lot of you know, these frameworks. I would recommend that if you want, you can go through them. I cannot go through all of them, but this is on top of my head. I'm just writing it down here. But feel free to, you know, explore yourself. I could have been wrong with this one attitude, maybe. Just double check. And yeah, just to give you the idea that whenever you are writing the prompt, make sure you are following these frameworks in there. Okay. All right. So what else? I think I give it a pause here and open it for any questions if you have.
Tomorrow, right?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you can give us some homework.
Okay.
We can do it, and then maybe the next week we can continue. Maybe.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if it is, we're already recording it, and also the Zoom link, it could be done from anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, so I think that's it then. We wrap it up here for today. We can certainly go through some other information in our next session. But for today, I guess I would highly encourage you to go through these frameworks and try to, you know, find your scenario. I'll be very happy to know your experience. For example, try to do something like this, the way that we did today, right? Maybe first give it a very generic prompt, write a paragraph or write a business email, something like this, or I don't know, whatever field you are in. For Hafiz Bhai, I would say that maybe, you know, 500 words paragraph on the seerah of Rasulullah, right? So try to give some generic and then try to, okay, divide it in bullet points or something like that.
Most of us, those who have joined this session, I believe, like familiar a little bit. You're already using, looks like. So I have been using for last couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, more you use, more you learn.
Exactly.
So what is going to be, I think, we can do that in a reverse way, like, you know, like all these definitions and all of this, inshallah, we will do. I think what will be actually more amazing, immediately helpful, is like how to use different tools. Like ChatGPT has so many functions, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Like even if you go to ChatGPT and click on the left, you're going to see how much you can do. Most people are doing like a Google search.
Yes.
That's not ChatGPT, is actually, that's like one of the very primary. You can even, I actually literally, like, you know, Munib knows we're working on Arabic book, level 1, 2, 3. I designed a book using ChatGPT. And this was my experience I'm sharing with you. Like literally, I have outsourced this to so many people in Bangladesh, Pakistan, Turkey. They could not understand. They did not understand because how I want to see the page the page looks like. All of this, because calling people and going back and forth and explaining them, emailing or WhatsApp. When I started using ChatGPT to design that,
it was just giving me crazy ideas. Not only it improved, like, oh, you can do this, you can do that.
Yeah.
So the whole book's design has become something new, right?
Yeah.
So and I have tried so many different, pictures and ways. So what does it mean for? I'm just talking about the basic function of ChatGPT. That's what it did. But when I looked more details, that it's insane, like amount of work you can do. That's free. Yes, it is free. Yeah, free part of it. So that's where I was saying that you can outsource at the beginning when you were asking of the definition. You can outsource so much of your work to AI because you're looking all these people. Oh, do this. Can you do this? Can you do this? All of this, like website, flyers, posters, so much video content, and all of this, you can actually do the way you like. The goal that for me was that how can actually know more of the details and use them. So I think inshallah in the following classes we can do that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it then. I won't go much of this detail now, but I leave it with you. Feel free to explore. Feel free to explore those frameworks. But yeah, if you have any questions, bring it with you in the next session. We'll try to cover it up. And
you still have minutes available, or?
Sorry.
Do you still have 5 minutes for questions, or you're done?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
So is it developed same way in all languages or just in English?
No, it understand multiple. I mean, most of the languages, not multiple. Yeah.
Right. And do you need to have a AI certification to be able to work on this field?
Yeah, so that is a very long answer, but I would say, long story short, you should know